I haven't seen many video reviews of this watch, so I figured I will just quickly explain why it became unexpectedly my favorite watch. And for this, basically I need to clarify that you can wear a watch as a fashion item or as a tool, and this one is strictly a tool. And what I mean by that is that it's minimalistic to the max. As you can see, I even modified the strap, so it's precisely the length of my wrist. It's very light nylon, as opposed to original rubber strap, which is quite thicker and heavier. The watch itself is extremely light. It's made of this material they call Carbinox, which is basically carbon fiber reinforced plastic. But it's pretty awesome. It's much tougher than plastic, and it's extremely light. Basically, I cannot feel it at all on my wrist. And that's one of the main reasons why this became my favorite watch of all time, I could say. Because yeah, there are much more beautiful watches, much more flashy watches, but those you mostly wear as fashion item and not a tool. The problem with those big flashy watches is that they used to catch on everything. Basically, if you're doing anything with your hand, those large, thick watches, when they sit on your wrist, they protrude quite a lot as opposed to this one, and I was constantly having problems when you do something, especially when you need to reach hard to reach places or do some physical work. They either catch on all the things that you work with, or just get in your way, especially when you have to bend your wrist extremely to extreme angles. It would bite into the skin, etc., etc. So yeah, once I tried this one, I just could not use those large G-Shocks anymore. Another thing is that this watch basically has everything I need and nothing more. So it shows the time and date, and that's it basically. But it also has a rotating bezel for timing things, and it has tritium illumination, which means those tubes on hands and also around the dial are filled with tritium, which excites the phosphorus inside them, and basically this watch will glow in the dark for about at least 25 years. And one nice thing about that is that it's a steady glow, so it's not like super luminovas and the other phosphoric non-radioactive compounds that are extremely bright, like first half an hour after you charge them. They fade and that get dimmer and dimmer with time, and basically by the morning time they are completely off. This one, it just glows all the time in the dark, and it glows subtly. It's not as bright as super luminova in the beginning, but it's quite enough to tell the time, and that reliability really speaks to me. So yeah, those are the things why this became basically my most favorite watch. It just does the job and doesn't get in the way, as opposed to many other watches that remind you about themselves. This is basically zero maintenance, extremely light, extremely thin. Well, not extremely thin, but much thinner than most watches. And I just forget I'm wearing it, which is how it should be. It does the job and it doesn't get in the way. So here you go.